anything important that you have to be a part of, because it's about you, it's about the public good, having conversations with critical stakeholders. And of course, we'll start that by looking at the various newspapers, their front pages, to see what is happening. Today, we will do exactly that. Once again, I greet you. Good morning. Of course, Uzams, good morning.
Good morning, Femi.
Right. How are you?
I'm all right, and you?
Very well. I'm alive.
I love this your outfit today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's not always white and black here. I love the combination.
How do you mean it's not always white and black?
No, like I said, some persons feel like white and black is the tag. Once you hear shirt and trouser, you know,
okay.
white shirt, black trouser. Yeah.
Thank you. And the flowery thing on your gown as well. It's giving. Let me say the way they say it.
All right.
On social media, it's giving. So
okay. Good morning, dear viewers. It's nice to be here again. I am Zom Sekechukwu, and it's Thursday, the Thursday edition of Morning Spring, where we give you the news as it is. So stay tuned.
And of course, we are ready for that. The coast is far from being clear as far as Osun State is concerned, with the issues with the local government, you know, a purported reinstatement of sacked chairmen and councillors who, you know, made an attempt on Monday to resume or to take over those local government, because they were relying on the ruling of the Court of Appeal in Akure, given on the 10th of February, in which its Itato has been controversial. And, you know, sadly, people died on Monday.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of persons died. Including a former chairman in Irewole local government, Mr. Abbas, and other, you know, party supporters on both sides of the divide. By the way, after that, the governor of the state, Ademola Adeleke, informed people, please stay clear of local government. Don't go there at all. Yeah. And the APC as well, you know, they say in honor of their persons that died, that nobody should go to the local government secretariat as well. But yesterday, we learned they went back to the local government, and as at last night, the count was 14 secretariats have been taken over by the sacked chairman and their councillors, to say, this is where we belong. We have been reinstated, quote unquote, and then we must have this. And many persons don't really know. By the way, in the middle of all this, the Osun State Independent Electoral Commission is going ahead with its preparation for the local government election, which is just a few days away. It's just, you know, just by tomorrow. It's just, you know, the way they say it around here, it's only tomorrow that's between today and Saturday. So you just say 2 days from now, the people will be going to the polls. OCEC are not backing down. They are saying they are going ahead. Now, the APC have said their persons or their chairmen are back, so there might be no need for the local government elections as well. The governor said people should stay away from local government. The APC are back in almost half of these local government secretariats. And the NOGE, NLC, that's the local government employees, Nigeria Labour Congress members in those local governments, have been told to stand down by their different you know, bodies, NLC members and of NOGE members. So workers are not back at the secretariat. The politicians, the chairman and the local, you know, the councillors are saying, we are back. So who are they working with? Who are they going to be working? By the way, maybe those local governments have been taken over by today. The so-called chairman might made a plea or do whatever they have to do to tell the people to come back. But if the NLC will have to give a go ahead to their members to say, we should be assured of the security and security of lives and properties of our people before they can come back to the councils, because as of now, it's been season of a few days of press conferences. The PDP had a press conference yesterday by their chairman, and they have accused the Nigerian police and the IGP of being compromised in this matter. They have said they had many meetings with him, but now he has given, according to the PDP chairman, Honorable Sunday BC, in his speech at the press conference, he said that armed forces, special forces from the police were deployed, to work with the APC to go back to the local councils. And that is not how it should be. So everybody is now calling on the president. The APC is calling on the president to prevail on the governor. And, people here to stand down and allow peace to reign. The PDP has said, Mr. President, please save us from your IGP who appears to have taken sides on the matter. That is where we are this morning.
That is the truth. The truth is, at the tail end, it's just going to be the president that can actually step into this matter, because
the question is, why should he step in?
The PDP are accusing the forces of being compromised. And so far with what we've seen and those that we've had on the show that have talked, have said some of these force members or the police people actually
to be precise.
They actually portrayed the what the governor cried out for on Sunday. So I think it's time for the president to actually step in. I mean, if they are calling on him, it's only right for him to step into this matter, because loss of lives and properties have actually happened, and it's only necessary that he steps in to stop or reduce or stop whatever the conflict is all about, the chaos and every form of anarchy in the state right now.
All right. we wait. Everybody is waiting on Mr. President. Right. And some have called on the AGF as well, Attorney General of the Federation, to speak exactly on that interpretation of that court ruling. Some will say, why call on the AGF? Because you might say, because the AGF is an appointee of the president, the president is of the APC. If he gives it an interpretation that suits the narrative of the APC, won't the PDP say, we said it?
Right.
If he give an interpretation, even with his conscience, and goes with the narrative of the PDP, the APC might be accusing him of being a sellout. So one will say, why can't both parties approach the court?
I was going to say that.
On these matters, because the president will not interpret. The president will not interpret a court judgment. He is not a lawyer. Even if he is, in which he is not the president because he's a lawyer. He's the president because he has the mandate of the people, and he's the father of all, even if he belongs to a particular
nation.
But then we get to see what pans out. We will be speaking, absolutely on that this morning, moving forward. Good morning. We'll be back. All right, I will be starting the newspaper segment from the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. And alleged funding of Boko Haram by USAID. Senate invites NSA, NIA, DSS chiefs. Again, alleged funding of Boko Haram by USAID. Senate invites NSA, NIA, DSS chiefs. And Kyari dispels fuel quality rumor, says it is bad marketing antics. Interesting. Kyari dispels fuel quality rumor, says it is bad marketing antics. Possibly you've seen videos. I've seen like 2 or 3 of them on the social media, where some individuals will carry some containers, gallons in their hands to say, oh, these empty gallons, I will be going to NNPC retail station and another, petrol station owned by another company to see the quality. And they go there, buys a particular quantity in the bottles they have in their hands, then go to a particular 2 sets of generator rather, or, to say, oh, this is from A, this is from B, and they put it in the same quality and put on the generator. Oh, this one lasts 17 minutes. The other lasts longer than that. That means the quality from this particular A, in this case, NNPC, is lower to that of the other company. And not just about, I think the NNPC came out at the time to say, no, there is nothing like that.
Yeah.
And okay, I've seen 2 or 3, and you might want to think about it as well. In fact, I saw one yesterday in which there are 2 filling stations adjacent to each other. This one belongs to the let me say A, in this case NNPCL, because we are talking about the NNPCL stations as well. And it appears that people are not too many there because you will expect normally that people usually
it's a normal thing. People usually go
this
there.
NNPCL, because of the quality, because of the accurate measure, the thing they will meet, and the pricing as well. But instead, people went to the other side, and there were queues. Like you can count like 50 cars waiting for fare to be dispensed for them, and the other side that belongs to the NNPCL, nothing really was really happening there. And most persons will say, is this not true really? Because wherever you see, people will tell you, wherever you see commercial drivers buying fuel, that means they have a good measure there, and they know why they are there. How can you have 50 here in a filling station that doesn't belong to the government, and in which you expect that the NNPCL should sell cheaper and should be more accurate in their pump, and people are deserting the place? Not that they don't have fuel, they have. Some persons are going there, but people are moving to the other side because it's cheaper, and they now believe that the quality is better. So is this really about NNPCL or really marketing strategy? You know what they call negative marketing? To run down your competitor just because you don't want people to go there and then patronize it.
Well, if we say it's about running down NNPCL,
negative marketing,
who exactly is trying to run them down? That's another thing. I mean, NNPCL is a big name.
Only that is not useful for this conversation. There are names that have been given.
All right. NNPCL is a big name, and from time immemorial, most persons always go there. Once you see
people will prefer it.
NNPCL always has the stock load, like vehicles are always piled there. But
because
at
they
this
expect it to be cheaper in the first place.
At this point, I think NNPCL should actually do something, because this matter has been going on. I think it started since last week Friday, when they were comparing them with Dangote Refinery, saying Dangote was better than theirs. And they came out to say they actually been buying from Dangote. And so, but right now it's getting... Well,
they know how to handle their business. We're only involved in this, not because NNPCL is a privatized, like it's partially, the federal government still has a stake, but it's now private in nature. But people still look at it to say, this is government something, so it has to be cheaper, the quality has to be there. But then when it looks like the people are jettisoning them to go for other ones, we should ask the question, not because of they being a company, but something is happening there, and people wants to really know. But then one would say that is marketing. We've seen situations before in which some particular products were called very terrible names. At the end of the day, you saw that those names are lies, actual lies, and it negatively affected that particular product. I can count like 1 or 2 or 3 of these products in my hands, and some of them have not really bounced back because some individuals gave a narrative to say, they use it for this particular purpose. That means it's bad.
I remember a certain time when he said, if you eat this particular food, you're going to die. And so, it took, my goodness.
Some of them have not bounced back. They know what to do, by the way. Now, Edo Assembly sacks all political appointees. Edo Assembly sacks all political appointees. Interesting one happening there at the Edo State House of Assembly, and of course the local government institution in Edo State as well. It's going through some rough time. The KB APC holds rally, declare support for Tinubu. All right. Adopt Idris for second term. President has been fair to all. Bagudu is the former governor of Kebbi State and is currently the Minister for Budget and Planning. All right, I think this is to show in that regard that the North supports President Tinubu, based on what some persons of Northern extraction have been saying, especially being led by Nasir El-Rufai, to say, you will hear from us in 2027. It seems you have abandoned us, and some persons from the North are saying, excuse you, the North are still with the president. And that's why you are seeing all of this endorsement at this time, because 2027 is still like 2 years away, at least, you know.
Yeah.
Even the election time is still like 2 years away. And you're already having endorsement in the middle, you know, of the work. It's a lot. But then, what do they say about politicians? They will do what they have to do.
Oh, yeah.
And it's always planning to win election. If actually the way they plan to win election is the way they plan to govern,
right,
possibly will be better off.
Would be better, way better off.
Right. And then you have the picture of Mr. Governor, the governor of Osun State here, you know, paying host to the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Johnny Baxter, during the envoy's visit to the state on Wednesday. He's seen here presenting a gift to Mr. Baxter. And below that, you have Osun Assembly condemns takeover of LG Secretariat by APC, and Adeleke meets British diplomat, berates Egbetokun. And with another rider, Egbetokun doing his job, APC replies Adeleke, trust him. And local government crisis reps to investigate security situation. A motion of public importance was raised on the floor of the House yesterday, and the House has promised to look into the matter. Now, top strip, illegal dissolution of LGs, treasonable. AGF, illegal dissolution of LGs, treasonable. That's coming from the Attorney General of the Federation to say state governors stop meddling in the affairs of the local government, especially when you come into power and then you remove them by yourself. It is a logo. But I'm not sure if that applies to what is happening in Osun State, because this situation in Osun and the sacked local government chairman was done by the courts. Actually, they, you know, some party challenged the veracity, the validity of that election. And so, all right, moving on. Nigeria sues Binance for $81.5 billion economic and tax losses. Nigeria sues Binance for $81.5 billion economic and tax losses, you know, and especially with what we have been seeing with Mr. Gambarian, who has been speaking of late, making series of accusations against the security forces, against the NSA, against some members of the, some personnel of the EFCC on the matter, you know, the nation, by the way, have sued that company, Binance, for $81.5 billion. All right, and that will be all from the Nigerian Tribune for today.
And straight to the Guardian, we have Council Autonomy Funding. AGF, EFCC talk tough, caution governors, local government bosses on treason, fraud. We have Council Autonomy Funding. AGF, EFCC talk tough, caution governors, local government bosses on treason, fraud. You can see pictures of the president, the Senate president, and other notable members or men of the country. We have Ohaneze Asaba of Asaba, Wogu, others mourn Clark Adebanjo. Yeah. Nigeria secures 1.6 billion AI investment from Microsoft. Nigeria secures 1.6 billion naira AI investment from Microsoft. Okay, that's a good one. Akpabio meets Tinubu as Senate summons intelligence chiefs over USAID terrorism claims. Akpabio meets Tinubu as Senate summons intelligence chiefs over USAID terrorism claims. I think this really should be investigated, because it's not just saying the Senate president meeting the president. These are actually allegations, and it's not just any kind of allegation. It's something that has been terrorizing the country or the economy for a very long time, and it's not something we should just sweep under the carpet. We should actually investigate it properly and thoroughly, so that Nigerians will know that, okay, we're actually safe. Even though in the country we know that most Nigerians are already feeling like, oh, we have lots of things on our hands. But if we can actually get this, at least one part of it, security, done to an extent, Nigerians would still sort of have this faith, or this patriotic faith again in the country.
Right.
Don't let Osun descend into chaos, Speaker. Tell Tinubu, APC. Ababio, okay, we've taken that already. Lagos Assembly denies mass defection rumors. Lagos Assembly denies mass defection rumors. And we have federal government bans 60,000 litre petrol tankers as accidents claim 3,500 lives. Wow. Federal government bans 60,000 litre petrol tankers as accidents claim 3,500 lives. 3,500 lives. That's huge.
It is.
Very huge.
It is.
My goodness. Now, the top strip of The Guardian, we have visa denial. Nigeria won't brook disrespect from any country, says the HQ. Visa denial. Nigeria won't brook disrespect from any country, says DHQ. Okay. Yes, this is still about the Canadian visa denial. We have federal government slams Binance with fresh $81.5 billion suit over economic sabotage. Federal government slams Binance with fresh $81.5 billion suit over economic sabotage. And that will be all on The Guardian this morning.
All right. Very interesting and, juicy stories there. Right. From The Guardian, we move very quickly to what the Daily Trust has for us, the Daily Trust for today. Federal government to bar 60,000 litre fuel tankers from roads, March 1. With two riders, policy will cost truck owners 300 billion naira. That's coming from NATO. And 172 oil truck accidents, 1,896 deaths reported since 2009 due to fuel truck accidents. Now, federal government had to bar 60,000 litre fuel tankers from roads March 1st. One would say why? Because 60,000. So imagine a 60,000 truck moving on this kind of Nigerian road. Any tilting towards a side at any bad portion of the road, that is a disaster. And maybe that's why the federal government is saying, maybe we can't have these now. It's too heavy to be moving. Because before we used to have 18,000, later we begin to have 33,000 liters, and then we begin to have 43,000. Now there are some companies are having 60,000 liters, So, and the owners will now be asking, in fact, they have been speaking to say it will cost them 300 billion naira. So what do they do with those trucks at the end of the day? So are they just abandoned? Will they be recycled? I mean, the container at the back of those truck heads.
Yes, the truth is actually, was there a
go ahead before they went for that? Because it's not just a sector; it's a regulated sector, even if it is deregulated. And now that we are seeing all of these deaths, also the federal government feeling their wisdom. There might be a probe. Now, we'd like to know if there is an investigation or probe, and you see that the tankers that have been falling, maybe they are the ones that have the 60,000 liters truck.
Capacity,
capacity containers.
Definitely, they are going to talk about their own end because it's, as they said, it's going to affect them. Definitely. Yeah, but looking at it, I think the federal government is checking, if that tanker, that 60,000 litre capacity should fall off, it goes
the
way.
It's terrible.
When it spills, it's terrible. Yeah, but if we have a lower one, it can be controlled better or managed better.
Just maybe.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. Just maybe, but we hope this particular decision is it's found on investigation and thorough investigation and awesome investigation, not just from one end.
Right.
The stakeholders must have been briefed, ask questions, because everybody wants to be alive, needs to be alive.
Of course.
That's either you're a tanker owner or you're a tanker driver or you're just a commuter or you don't even have any business with any truck. When those things happen, sometimes some persons are caught up. Unfortunately, it's not everybody that dies in fire tanker incidents that are scooping fuel.
Of course.
Not all of them. There are persons that they might be in their car, on the road, and then boom, it happens. Some are sleeping in their homes as well. Some are passerbys. Some are just innocent motor boys. These things happen. Now, moving on, AGF to governance, sacking elected local government chairs is treason. That's huge and, grade A type of crime. That's treason means a crime against the state. Now, it has very terrible consequences, dire consequences. Now, man kills friend after serving him meal. What happened? Man kills friend after serving him meal. How did that happen? Did an argument ensue? We will never find out. Maybe investigation may reveal. Now, battle of wits. Lagos, other state assemblies involved in speakership crises. All right. Now, Senate summons NSA, DSS, NRA over USAID, that's USAID terrorism funding allegation. I hope they appear, because we've seen that the National Assembly, for a long time now, has appeared like a toothless bulldog.
Right.
And I dare say that, especially when it has to do with the high and mighty. You will see the National Assembly through different committees invite IGPs, the EFCC chair, all of these big guys, the CBN chair. First time, second time, third time, nothing happens. And then after some time, they will threaten and to say, oh, we will order your arrest and all of those things. None of those security chiefs have ever been arrested. The question is, who will arrest the IGP? Is it his fellow, his subordinates, his officers that will arrest him? The power of the state confers that power on them.
Yeah.
But then we know everybody is politically, exposed one way or the other, and that is what you see. And it appears those guys will be smiling wherever they are. We have seen invitation being extended a couple of times.
Of course.
So many of these guys, they will not come. And when they come, they just say, oh, I'm sorry. Some of them will say grandstand, and these are the issues. Now, the NSA, the DSS, the NRA have been extended. Invitation have been extended to them. We wait to see what becomes of these as well.
We really
and
wait to
this is one allegation that we can afford to sweep under any carpet or under any mount. Well, that story has a right there. 8 agencies' offices have no business in Nigeria. If found to be true. All right, we are already stipulating what we will do. Why can't you go ahead with investigation firstly before we say those offices have no business in Nigeria? It's not just about they have no business in Nigeria. What has happened?
What are we doing about it?
Who has collected what? What have they used it for? Who have been the beneficiaries? It's not just, oh, we have found you that you are culpable, so please leave this country. That's not the way to go.
There should be thorough investigation, and those that are culpable should actually be...
There should be prosecution,
yes,
that is it.
Because Nigerians have gone through a lot of... let's leave after the physical part of it, the mental stress of the whole Boko Haram.
That's it. Many persons are lost. We can't even leave this physical aspect, because some have lost whatever that is important to them. Some have been displaced from wherever. There are some IDP camps that are still running from 2010, 2011 till now. So these are the issues. And when you hear the Senate president say 8 agencies' offices have no business in Nigeria, if found to be true. So it looks like that is all you will do. Just get out of our country. I'm not sure that's the way any serious nation should run. There should be consequences, the highest of it, and everybody found to be culpable should face the proper, wrath of the law. Now, Osun Council crisis deepens as sacked chairman take over local governments. why we engage another service provider for 2025 Hajj, Nahkon, and finally from the Daily Trust for today, visa denial. Nigeria won't tolerate disrespect from any country. CDS. Nigerians are waiting to say make good of that promise of yours.
Right.
And then you can't be going cap in hand to go and beg a country for aid. And you are saying they should not, the way you say it in Nigeria, they should not see you finish.
Right.
These are the
they don't
issues
see us
as well.
finish.
All right, so that'll be all from the Daily Trust.
And straight to the punch, we have, you said Boko Haram controversy. Nigerian may miss $603 fund. Senate summons service chiefs. And we have the rider there. We have Borno asks federal government to lead probe. You say 2025 budget targets defense, health, others. And you can see a picture there, pictures actually, of some persons burned in the hospital, getting medical attention. You have Zamfara explosion, ex-governor Yari pays hospital bills as NEMA visits victims. This is really sad. It's really, really sad. You can see, it's not even, I don't even know how to say it. It's really sad. Now we have Lagos Assembly. Obasa denies stockpiling arms. Miranda refutes resignation claim. Okay. This is another part of it. Lagos Assembly has been in the news for a while. We have policeman complainant arrested over newlyweds' death in custody. Wow. Policeman complainant arrested over newlyweds' death in custody. That's very terrible. Local government autonomy. CBN 774 chairman differ over council's account opening. Local government autonomy. CBN 774 chairman differ over council's account opening. Okay. We have also federal government demands $81 billion from Binance for alleged tax evasion. Federal government demands $81 billion from Binance over alleged tax evasion. And the top strip there, we have Dangote NNPCL refineries not supplying 50% local fuel demand. Federal government. Dangote NNPCL refineries not supplying 50% local fuel demand. Federal government. Not supplying 50% local, really. And somehow, but we'll say that Dangote Refinery is a private-owned business, so he definitely, because he has been exporting to other countries, and I think we've talked about that several times on this table. Do we have enough already with us here for him to be actually exporting to other countries? But I would say that it's his business; it's not Nigeria's business. So he's actually looking out for, of course, for every business, you're looking out for profit. So he's looking out for his profit. So calling Dangote out, saying they're not supplying 50% to local refineries, I don't even think it's worth it because that's a private company,
the issue
a private refinery.
We'll have to look at the agreements in the first place. Is he supposed to?
Probably.
Is there a responsibility on him or the company to do that? It's not just by just verbalizing it. Everything should be contractual.
Right. Yeah. CBN probes 19.7 million dormant bank accounts. 19.7 million. Well, let me just leave this alone. Dormant, let it be that it's just dormant. Let it not be that it's being used for, other things.
Interesting.
Visa, again, CDS defends handling of Canadian visa application. Have Visa, again, CDS defends handling of Canadian visa application. And that will be all on the punch this morning. We actually have lots of interesting stories. Like this week seems like it's packed full. I mean, we started with it's the month of love, and somehow we've been having a month of I don't want to use the word chaos. But
well, it is what it is.
It is what it is actually,
Yeah.
but we're having this back and forth economically, now states-wise, politically, and then we have the NPCL and the whole fuel saga. Like it's something else.
It's part of life. Actually,
right.
Things happen every day, and trust us to be on the matter. We take this break. When we return, we will get right into the conversation, the move and muscle.